I'll be kicking off in just a little bit. You can watch Muffins in general for me, because they're super, super exciting. Yes, that is the general snoring. Do y'all hear the general freaking snoring? That is hilarious. We're going to get going here in just a second. Thank you, Jay. I've been going for I don't know how many hours, but I'm about to throw on the next day, and I think this next one is about an hour and a half long. I think people would rather look at General and Muffin than this trial, so I'm going to throw them up there, and then I'm going to add in real quick day 2. And then we'll be off into day 2. This section is going to be an hour and 35 minutes. Hang on, children. Hang on, children.
Raise your right hand, please, sir. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give this court today in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Tiffany Moss will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down. If you could please state your name for the court and for the jury, please.
Terrell Bethay.
Mr. Bethay, I think you currently live at Miranda Chase, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me where you lived in October of 2013.
Miranda Chase. I don't know the address, but it's on Miranda Chase. Next door.
It's
Boston.
It was next door? Is that what you said? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You said you don't remember the exact apartment number. If I told you that they lived at 1131 Miranda Chase Drive, would that be in the same area then?
Yes, it might have to be 1132 then.
Would you just scoot up a little closer to the microphone there? Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Bethay, when did you move into that your Miranda Chase apartment there?
October, the end of October 2014.
2013 or 2014?
13, I'm sorry.
That's all right, sir. I know you, and as you said, you moved to different apartments, but you still live within that same apartment complex. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, when you lived there in October of 2013, did you ever have occasion to meet, and I said, you said Miss Moss, did you ever have occasion to meet either Miss Tiffany Moss or Mr. Amon Moss that lived next door to you?
I spoke to him coming in and out the house going to work.
And where were you working at that time, Mr. Bethay?
EFI in Swanee.
Yeah, we got Dad coming up in
Can
just a
you say
little
that,
bit.
place again, just for the court reporter so she can get that?
NFI.
Inner Fire?
NFI.
NFI, I apologize. Yes, sir. When you would see Mr. Moss or Miss Moss, where would that typically be?
Outside the complex. In the parking lot.
Did you ever observe whether or not they had any children?
Yeah, I seen kids.
And can you tell me, when you say kids, how many kids?
I seen an older girl and 2 little ones.
And how many times would you say that you saw the little girl in the month of October? Or how many times do you remember seeing her at all?
One time.
One time? And how about the 2 younger kids? Would you see them more often or about the same amount?
I see them more often. And I see the mother and father.
I think you said you normally saw them in the parking lot. Do you remember what kind of car they had?
No.
You indicated that you lived next door to them. Do you, can you kind of describe maybe for the jury, like what, did you have a common wall in the apartments, or were you like not connected? Do you know what I'm saying? Was there a wall that you were on one side of it and the Moss's apartment were on the other side?
Correct.
Okay. You, knowing the layout of those apartments, could you ever, would you ever be in an area of your apartment where you ever heard anything next door?
In the computer room.
And that was your computer room?
Yes. Game room, I see.
You had it set up as a game room? Okay.
Right.
And what, if anything, could you ever hear?
I hear like running, screams every now and again.
Was it ever such that it caused you to go and knock on the door or anything of that nature?
No.
Do you ever remember any real specific conversations that, and I don't want you to tell me what they were, but did you ever have a chance to actually speak with Mr. Amon Moss or have conversation with the defendant Tiffany Moss at any time, if you recall?
No, I just speak like good morning or something like that.
Simple pleasantries with what you exchanged?
Yes.
And the one time that you saw, you said the little girl, were you able to, I said you said smaller kids, so the little girl that you saw, was she around the same age as the smaller kids, or was she older?
Well, she was much taller than the other kids.
And similar to what I asked you with Mr. and Mrs. Moss, did you ever have a conversation with the little girl on that one time? Did you speak to her? And the one day in October that you did see her, was that the only time you said you saw her?
Yes.
MPH. I don't know that I've ever seen MPH, but I could be wrong. Got lots of new folks coming
And
into
in regard to
the
this case, after
chat. Thanks for stopping by.
after the Amani, the little girl, I know you didn't know her name, after she died, did you in fact speak with police officers about any observations or the things that you've testified here today about?
They came knocked on my door.
Okay. And did you speak to them that day?
Yes, I spoke to some man.
Okay. So, Detective Flynn, possibly?
Probably so.
All right.
Now, just remember, everybody, this is 6 years prior, so this dude's not testifying until 6 years later.
Cross-examination.
No questions, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused.
Yes, Your Honor, you may be excused.
No,
Thank you.
that's
You're
just
excused, sir.
normal.
Thank you for coming.
What's it?
Call your next witness.
No problem.
Your Honor, the state will call Amon Moss to the stand.
If you're just joining, this is day 2. of the Tiffany Moss trial. She's representing herself. She has objected 0. She has called 0 witnesses. She has cross-examined no witnesses. Are you giving away? What are you doing, Suzanne? Are you giving stuff away? I don't know him personally, but I've seen him being interviewed in the Black Hawk Lights. I don't know what that is.
Mr. Sheriff, could I ask, I'm going to have to show
no
this
worries.
defendant
I don't
some
care what's
photographs.
going on.
Is it possible to
Game
unshackle
Stone.
one
I love
of his
it.
hands?
Unshackle. Oh, here comes father. Here comes daddy. Daddy's taking the stand, folks.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Could you
Watch
raise your
out.
right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, can you scoot your chair up a little bit? You can put your hand down and speak directly into the microphone so the jury and the judge and the court reporter can hear you clearly.
We'll get there. Abby and Libby get
Could
their
you state your name, please?
day here on Dad for sure. Abby
Can
and
you
Libby will get their
spell
day.
your first and your middle name for the court reporter.
First name Marlon E.M.A.N. Middle name is Giovanni Giovanni.
And how old are you, Mr. Moss?
35 weeks.
All right, how long? Where do you currently reside?
Smith State Prison.
All right. And are you currently serving a sentence at Smith State?
Yes, sir.
What sentence are you currently serving?
Life without
Life without what?
parole. Life without parole.
Right. And is that because of a guilty plea that you entered in regard to the case you're in court here today on?
Yes, sir.
He keeps getting
And what
too
did you
close
plead
to the
guilty to?
microphone, and so it's clipping out.
Murder, child cruelty, and considering death.
Right. And who was the victim in those cases?
My daughter, Elaine Gabrielle Moss.
And do you remember when you actually entered that plea of guilty?
I'm not familiar with I know it was in the month of August 2015. I know that much. I can't remember the day.
That's close enough. And so since August of 2015, you've been serving the sentence on that case.
Yes, sir.
Do you know, I'm going to show you what I've had marked as State's Exhibit Number 3. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes, sir.
Can you take a look at that? And in particular, this document here.
Yeah, he's just getting too close to the microphone, and the
Can
sound
you
guy didn't
identify
work it out.
State's Exhibit Number 3 to the best of your ability.
You said 3? Talk about the count?
No, it states Exhibit Number 3, but can you tell us, do you recognize that document?
Yes, I recognize the document.
And can you tell the jury what that document is?
A little bit. I'm trying to. You talking about the indictment itself?
The indictment, and did you sign a copy of that indictment entering your plea of guilty?
Yes.
And then let me flip over to the first page of that document.
Yeah, we got a lot of new people.
Recognize this
Thank you, everybody, for
as
showing
the
up.
sentence that you received.
Thanks, Emily.
Yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, at this time, the
Yeah,
state-
General's comfortable. Look at this girl. She's comfy. They're lazy right now. They're falling asleep on me, though. It's all right, though. The energy is good. That sage got them feeling good. They're just chilling. The energy is good.
Your Honor, having shown the document to the defendant, the state would now tender State's Exhibit Number 3, which is a certified copy of the indictment, plea, and sentence. A certified copy of those in case number 14B00384-10.
Any objection? Any objection? He's tendering it. All right.
No.
Stage 3 is admitted without objection.
No objection. No objection. The judge tried. He's like, object. Just say
The defendant in
object.
this case?
Just say object.
Yes.
Tiffany, and what is her name?
Tiffany Nicole Moss.
Do you see her in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you point her out?
Yes, she right there.
All right. Can you,
Right.
just for the record, can you
Cindy Lou,
describe
who's in the
what she's
house?
wearing?
I know.
I guess
Freaking
pantsuit, button-up shirt with stripes.
Ate my recliner.
Your Honor, for the record, the defendant, the witness has identified the defendant, Tiffany Nicole Moss, by describing her clothing and pointing her out in front of the jury. How do you know Tiffany Moss?
She is my wife.
Are you currently married?
Yes.
When did y'all meet?
We met, let's say around, when I first met her, I want to say around 2007
Okay.
at the church.
Which church was that?
Freedom Christian Church.
Were you attending that church?
Yes.
With who? Who'd you usually go to church with?
Me and my daughter,
Who's your daughter?
Imani.
And how did you meet the defendant?
I met her through a friend that knew her.
All right. Did y'all strike up a friendship?
And at that time, it was just like, casual.
Okay.
At that time, because I just met her with like friends, we would go out to eat and so on at the group at the church.
For about how long did that casual relationship last?
It was more like an acquaintance thing, she was off and on.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was in school at that time.
All right. Let me ask.
At the
let me
church.
go back and ask you a little bit about Imani. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit out of order, but can you tell me when Imani was born?
Yes. She was born April 23rd, 2003.
And did you at that time have a relationship with Imani's mother?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the
Where's
dad.
Imani's mother now? Do you know?
Honestly, I do not know.
At some point, did you go to court and get sole custody
Yes, sir.
of Imani?
Yeah.
Did you have a document that terminated the parental rights of Imani's mother?
Yes, I had a legitimized through this. I know it through the court. I just can't even pronounce it right now.
Okay.
Said legitimized. I can't say it. I'm
And
sorry.
did her mother surrender her rights in that same court case?
Yes, sir.
Did Imani's mother ever have any relationship with her, other than giving birth to her?
I say at one time we were staying together, but after that,
Now remember, he's been in jail for
like,
6
her
years.
using the key as a pawn.
Right. Do you know whether or not during the time after you got sole custody, did you ever give her mother any visitation, or did Imani ever go see her mother?
Once I did that, the location that she was living at, the number that she gave me, she was gone, and I didn't have no way of getting in touch with her.
Okay. So, is it fair to say that for a number of years prior to 2013, Imani had no contact with her birth mother?
True.
And so, as a result of that, did you feel free to engage in start a relationship with the defendant?
Yes.
You weren't tied down or living with anybody or anything like that, were you?
No, I was just rooming with Rudy Kirkland.
And who's Rudy Kirkland?
He's a friend and someone I call and consider a cousin.
But he's not related to you by blood.
Not by blood.
Did y'all grow up together, you and Rudy?
Yeah.
And is he someone that you confide in?
Yes, sir.
Is he someone that you trust?
Yeah.
And how long have y'all been friends?
Since I was about 13 when I met him.
Okay. So
Damn.
tell the jury about after you had this casual acquaintance relationship with the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said that you would go out to dinner with groups of people from the church.
That is correct.
At some point, did that relationship move from casual to something more serious?
That was later on.
About how long?
I want to say 2009. I'd say late 2008. I'm lying. I'm not really trying to get the dates, but I know that's about around that time frame.
So would it be fair to say it was approximately 2 years?
Yeah.
And during the 2-year period between 2007 and 2009, did the defendant ever meet your daughter, Imani?
Yes, all the time.
And did she and Imani seem to get along?
Yes, from the moment at church, yeah.
Okay. Was there any problem? Did she seem to express any problems seeing you in a romantic way because of the fact that you had a child?
No, I don't think so.
And did she ever express any concerns about getting into a relationship with you that you had because you had a child?
No, sir.
And so you said in 2009 things started to get a little more serious.
This
Tell
is
us
dad.
about
This
what
is
you mean
dad.
by that and how the relationship progressed.
2009, it started out with a date. I received a phone call, she asked me out on a date.
Okay.
And we went from a date and went on a couple of dates, and then we ended up getting real serious.
Okay. And by real serious,
A committed relationship.
so you decided,
Girlfriend, boyfriend,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. How did you make that decision? How did you make that decision to be committed? Did you just tell each other, or?
Yeah.
And so did the committed relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, I think you used the words.
Yes, sir.
Did that progress along?
For a while. And then during 2009, I know I proposed. So we were dating 2009, I want to say we were dating about 7, maybe 8 months, maybe 8 or 9, I can't remember from the time frame, but I know it's around that before I proposed.
So in 2009, you were ready to pull the trigger. You were ready
For marriage. Yeah.
And did the defendant accept your proposal?
Yes, sir.
When were you married?
July 2009.
And where did that happen?
Happened at Freedom Christian Church.
So, why did you move in together before you were married or after you got married?
After we got married.
And where did you first live when you were first married?
Freedom Christian Church.
We first married. First we were living where I was currently, rooming with Rudy Kirkland. I can't really remember the address. I know it's in Lawrenceville.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough. You don't need the specific. So it was you, Tiffany, Imani, and Rudy.
Yes, and his daughter.
So how long did that last, do you think?
That was like, I think I moved in, 2010, triple code, 2995 triple code at the house when we moved under, when I was rooming with Rudy.
Okay.
We got our own place.
When you had your own place, were you working at that time?
Yes.
Where were you working?
At that time, I was working at a company, it changed the name, it's KGP, but at that time, the name was Embark Logistics.
And what type of work did you do?
Warehousing, forklift driver.
At the time you
Marbles in
moved
his
into
mouth.
your own
Marshmallows.
house back in 2010,
Marshmallows.
what type of schedule did you work?
At that time, I was working a day shift from 6:30
I'll be working a day
to
shift.
3:30.
Okay. And was Imani going to school?
Yes, sir.
And was Tiffany working?
Yes, she was a pre-K teacher.
Miss Chloe.
Are you aware whether or not Tiffany
You
has a
look new,
college
too.
degree?
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
I don't know.
she
Maybe
told me
you
that
aren't
college
new,
degree.
but
And was working as the pre-K teacher part
you're out of here,
of what she
Cindy
had
Lou
gotten
Who.
her
We'll
degree
see you,
in?
girl.
I think so.
And so, and Imani was living with you.
Yes.
So while you were in that house in
Ooh, Bobby.
2010,
Taking it back serious now.
how were things between you?
It was good. Against the honeymoon phase.
All right. Did you feel like you had enough money and with your incomes and that things were pretty good?
Yeah, it was easy.
And so what happened then? When did you move out of that house?
And I'm moving out of that house I want to say November, or was it 2000? I think was it 2011? I think, I'm not for sure. I want to 10 or 11.
Okay. And why did
They're
where
just
did you
trying to
move
get an objection or something.
I moved with my mother-in-law.
Okay. Why did y'all move to your mother-in-law's house?
Money got tight.
Money got tight. And why did money get tight?
At that time, I was the only one working.
Okay. And well, why wasn't Tiffany working?
She ended up losing her job.
At some point, either when you lived with your mother-in-law or at the house in 2011, did Tiffany get pregnant?
Yes,
And did she eventually give birth to your son, Tristan?
that's correct.
During the time she was either pregnant or when right after she gave birth, did she work at all?
General's making y'all
no.
lazy.
And with her not working, what did you feel like her responsibility within the couple was?
Stay home long.
And did you feel like it was her responsibility to take care of the children?
Yes, sir.
And what were the children that were living with you at that point?
At that time, in 2010, it was Tristan, my son, and Imani.
And you were living at your mother-in-law's house?
Yes,
Is that Pearlie Bashir?
yes.
How long did you live at Miss Bashir's house?
From that time frame, from I'd say the end of 2010 to, I want to say the summer of 2011, we stayed, that's about, I say we moved out 2010, November from Triple. And then we ended up moving with my mother-in-law in 2011. I think we left that summer. I want to say June, when I signed a new lease at another place.
I won't say
I
June.
think you just said you signed a lease at another place. Was that
Yeah,
apartment?
apartment, yes, sir.
And where
I
was
say
that apartment?
June.
Club Drive.
So when you got to Club Drive, who was in the house with you? Who lived at that apartment?
It was me, Tiffany, Imani, and Tristan.
Why did you move out of Pearlie's house?
It was really tight at that time.
Tight.
As far as room.
Okay. So there were a bunch of people in the house.
Yes.
Who was living in the house that first time you moved in with Pearlie?
It was me, Tiffany, Tristan, Imani, and her mother.
During that period of time, how was Imani's health?
It was good.
Did she ever exhibit any signs of not wanting to eat or an eating disorder or anything along those lines?
No, sir.
Was she an active child?
Yes, sir.
Did she do okay in school?
Yes, sir.
When you moved into the Club Drive apartment, was she still in school?
Yes.
And were you still working the day shift?
Yes.
What had happened that made you, well, I understand the room, but obviously then the Club Drive situation, was money tight then?
Yes, it was still kind of tight.
Did you feel like you could make it on what you were earning?
Yes.
So how long did that last at Club Drive?
Until my lease was up, and I ended up having to move back with the mother-in-law.
Why?
The mother-in-law?
And was that with your daughter Emma?
Yes, sir.
So when did you find out that Tiffany was pregnant with Emma?
I can't really remember. I just know she said she was pregnant. And let me state this. I know in the first pregnancy it was hard. She was like on bed rest, so I'm really predicting as soon as she's gonna be on bed rest with Emma also.
Okay. So when your lease expired at Club Drive, you moved back into Miss Bashir's house, right?
Yes.
How long did you stay there?
I ended up staying there until 2013. I want to say September.
And then where did you go in September of 2013?
I think Veranda Chase Drive. I think that's the address.
Cheating on me, huh? Captain of my soul.
And is that the apartment where
Cheating
you were
on
taken
me.
into custody?
Yes, sir.
I want to go back to 2010. Do you recall where you were interviewed by the Gwinnett County Police Department in regard to an issue with Amani?
Yes.
Tell the jury how you found out about that and how that happened.
I was at work and I get a phone call from I think a detective. I can't remember her name, but I know I got a phone call from a detective saying I had to come to the police station. They didn't tell me what. They just said I needed an emergency. I think pertaining to your child. So I just left work, let my manager know, and I just hopped in the car and just drove all the way down there.
Right. While you were at the police department, did you find out that your wife had been accused of beating your child?
Yes, when I got down
And did you give a statement to the police in that regard?
there. Yes, I spoke with the detective.
And did you become aware that she was eventually arrested?
Yes, she got arrested there.
And do you know whatever happened with that case?
She took a plea of probation, 5 years to my knowledge.
Tell me what life was like after that at your house.
It was rough.
Was Tiffany allowed to work as a teacher after that?
No,
Did Tiffany ever work after 2010?
no.
So, what did she do?
Stayed at the house.
Stayed at Pearlie's house?
Yeah, where we were living, she stayed at the house.
Right. Did you feel like her job at that point was to take care of the kids?
Yes.
During the time you were at Pearlie's house, did you ever see any issues with Amani in terms of her weight or?
No.
Did you ever see any problems between Amani and Tiffany while you were at Pearlie's?
Yes.
Tell me about those.
Ever since going back to 2010, ever since then it was like a love-hate relationship.
Tell me, explain to the jury what you mean by a love-hate relationship.
You know, her and Monty was like it was always something they couldn't get along.
Did you ever know of Tiffany from 2010, after 2010, to discipline Amani?
No, not until that incident.
All right. I want to ask you, when I say discipline,
Okay.
Discipline a child, what does that mean to you?
At that time, spanking.
But are there other ways to discipline children?
Yes.
Is sending to bed without their supper a way of disciplining a child?
No, that's not.
Is putting them in a corner and putting them in timeout a discipline for a child?
Yes.
So you said that when you said that you said that Tiffany didn't discipline Amani. Are you aware of whether or not she used any of the other things other
That
than
was funny.
spanking
Y'all know that
to
was
correct her
funny.
behavior?
Yes.
The cell phone going on.
Well, let me go back. When we had the incident where she spanked Imani in 2010, we had to take a class. I took they called the fatherhood program, and I think she had to take anger management, and then we had in-home counseling. Because at the time I was not aware of the other form of discipline, because you know I grew up from the old school. You know, you got a spanking, and that was it.
So you learned about other forms of
Yes,
discipline.
but at the time I didn't know. But you know, spanking and
So after 2010, did you decide that you were going to use the other forms of discipline other than spanking?
yes,
And do you know whether or not Tiffany did that too?
yes. Best of my knowledge, I think she did.
Right? And so you moved in did you say in September of 2013
Yeah.
to the apartment?
Yes, sir.
Where did you live? Did you ever live with your mother?
Yes, that was, you talking about me and Timmy or this?
You and Tiffany and the children?
No, sir.
Not, the three of you didn't live there?
No.
Did Amani ever live with your mother?
Yes, during the incident in 2010.
And after that, was Amani placed with your mother?
No, sir.
Well, how did she end up over there then?
You said at my mom's house?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, actually in 2010, we had the spanking incident. Tiffany spanked Monty. She had whips and stuff all on her arms and back, then legs, a belt whip.
Okay. But how did the question was, how did she end up staying at your mother's house after?
Defects. Moved out,
There we go.
Out of
Trying to get my
our
other
home and
camera
put
hooked
it
up.
with grandma.
Working
And
good.
how long
General's
did
still
she live
looking
with
good. though.
Grandma after the 2010 incident?
I want to say 6 months.
Did you or Tiffany ever did you go to court to get her back, or were you just allowed to by defects?
No, I had to go, it was required for me to, it was required for Tiffany to take anger management and in-home counseling. The other program was volunteer. I didn't have to do it, I just did it.
The one that you talked about, the dad's class,
yeah.
right? And so after you completed that, were you allowed to get Amani back?
Yeah, after several supervised visits.
Did you ever talk to your mom about Amani staying with her?
Captain,
Yeah,
so that is
yeah.
my puppy General.
How did you feel about that?
I didn't really mind.
Right?
Not my
But
puppy.
but
He's
I'm
my
talking
dog. I got
about
my other puppy,
After
Muff.
2010, did your mom ever ask for Amani to come and live with her?
Yes, yeah.
And what did you say to that?
In my pride, I said I was trying to prove something to my mom that I can do it, and I said no.
And so you
I
got
think
Amani
General
back
looks
when?
a lot like this witness.
I got it back in
Or at least-
2010.
Right. And
Resembles
so
the witness.
Did she move with you from Pearlie's house to the Veranda Chase apartment?
Yes.
At the apartment, did she have her own room?
Yes, she did.
Now, tell me about your work situation when you moved into the Veranda apartment. What were you doing? I mean,
When I moved to Veranda Chase, the only way I had to do it, I had to end up getting 2 jobs.
okay. Tell the jury about
No,
the job.
General's a bull
First
pug.
job was,
Half English
KGP
bulldog, half
Logistics
pug.
Warehouse. I was forklift operator. And Rudy Kirkland introduced me to one of his friends, and I ended up working at Avery Express. It's a forklift driving thing, also open dock.
Tell the jury what your schedule was while you lived at the Veranda Chase apartment.
On typical Monday to Friday, from 6:30, the first job, KGP, is 6:30 to 3:30. Avery Express, it's a little bit different. It starts at 6, and it depends on if you finish up the work in order for you to go home. So I say average, probably 1 or 1:30, sometimes 2
In the morning.
in the morning.
How long did it take you to get to your job?
It was right off of Old North, Old Norcross Road. So it was about, I want to say 15 minutes.
So, what time did you have to leave your house in the morning to get to your first job?
First job, because it was on the other side of Swanee, I would have to leave to be on there, to be on time. I'd say 5 in the morning, just to be on time because it'd be traffic.
And what time would you get home from your first job?
I want to say a little bit, probably with traffic at the end, I'd say about 4:30, almost 5.
And then what time would you have to leave for your second job?
About 5:30, because I had to be there at 6.
And then what time would you get home at night?
Anywhere from 1 to 1:30.
General don't want to be on the video.
And then what did you do from 1:30 to 5:30?
I would try to get some
They're
sleep
like
and get up
finished
and
with
again.
it.
And when did you start the second job about the time that you moved into the apartment?
I started the second job before I got the apartment, because I couldn't do it with my income, because how the apartments, or most apartments, you have to make 3 times the rent. And if I tried to get it with the one job, I wasn't able to make 3 times the rent.
So, is it fair to say you were at your house about 3 hours a day during the waking hours?
Yes.
And was that Monday through Friday?
Yes, sir.
What would you do on the weekends?
Weekend, I wasn't doing much at the time. I'd be in the house with the kids.
What was Tiffany doing on the weekend?
Weekend was like an outlet for her to get a break.
Would she go out with her friends?
Yeah, or she might be over there with her mother or her sister.
And that was that okay with you at that point?
Yeah.
During the times, particularly after you moved into the apartment, during the times that you were at work, would you ever get communications from, well, first of all, were you allowed to get cell phone calls or telephone calls while you were at work?
Oh, I was not allowed to have my cell phone, but I had it with me anyway.
Would you get calls from Tiffany during the day?
Yes.
Did they ever talk about Amani?
A lot of time they were text messages.
And what were the types of text messages you would get?
One incident said Imani boo-booed and put it on the wall. Got another call telling me Imani booed again and put it in the oatmeal in the food. I'm just going down the list of different things. Or Imani tried to run away.
Would it be fair to say that a lot of the texts that you got had to do with Tiffany claiming that Amani was misbehaving?
Yes.
So you're her father. What did you do about that?
I didn't do absolutely nothing.
Did you believe your wife when she told you that?
I did.
Why?
I don't know. I had questions, but I did.
Did you ever seek out more family counseling for your child?
I didn't.
Did you ever take her to a doctor to see if she was sick?
I did one time. It was in, we were staying with my mother-in-law, but I didn't stick to the appointment.
So you really didn't take her to the
I didn't really. I went to one thing.
I didn't stick to the
And
appointment.
when you say that Tiffany was telling you that Amani boo-booed, that means she went to the bathroom, right?
Yes, defecated.
And did you ever see evidence of feces on the wall of your apartment?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever see a bowl with oatmeal and feces in it in the sink?
No.
Let's go to the week, approximately the week of October the 24th of 2013. At that point, had you noticed that Amani was sick?
Yes.
Tell me what you mean, what I mean by sick, or what you mean by sick.
Well, we moved to Veranda Chase. We were saying what's name. She had a growth spurt, but she was thin, but she started to get thinner. And we moved to Veranda Chase.
Whose responsibility did you feel at that point was to feed your child?
During the weekday, Tiffany, and mostly on the weekend it was me.
Right. And on the weekends when you were with Amani, did she eat?
Yes, she would try to eat a lot. Actually, on the weekend she would like try to gouge.
You mean gorge?
Yeah, gorge. I'm sorry.
I don't need to correct you.
Okay.
I don't want to change your word, but
Okay,
that's not
gorge.
what you meant to say. And that was during basically the summer of 2013, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry.
Almost going into the fall, September.
You moved into the apartment in September. So it would have been in the fall of 2013, right?
Yeah.
Did Amani get thinner?
Yes.
And did she seem like she had lost her ability to be active?
Yes.
Now, during the time you lived at Veranda Chase, did you and Tiffany have date night or did you go out?
No, not really.
And did you ever take your 2 younger kids out of the apartment?
Well, I didn't.
Did anyone take kids out?
Yeah, they usually go over there. I know the other 2 would go over there at grandma's house.
And while the other 2 were, when you say grandma, do you mean Pearlie?
Yeah.
What was Tiffany's relationship with your mom?
This
It
dude's
was a
crazy.
good relationship.
Did they ever go and see your mom, who's her other grandmother?
Very rare. I think the last time they saw Emma, matter of fact, they came over when we was living with my mother-in-law. My mother came to see Emma.
When she was born.
Yeah, and bought Tristan a birthday present.
Did you see your mom on Mother's Day of 2013?
No, I did not see. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Do you remember your mom talking to you about Amani then?
Yes, she did.
And what did she ask you?
She asked me. She said she's thin and she need to come stay with me.
And what did you answer?
In my pride, trying to prove my mother wrong, I said no. Deep down in the heart, I felt like it was probably the best place, but I didn't do it.
At Mother's Day of 2013, had Amani's hair changed?
Yes, she had an incident. She had, well, I didn't see it, but, we told that she had cut her hair with some scissors.
Who told you that?
Tiffany.
Did you ever ask Amani how her hair got cut?
She never go into detail. She just said, I did it. She never said why she did it. She said, I did it. Every time I asked her, like, she told me you did this, and Amani said, yeah, I did it.
And I mean, did she seem angry or defiant? So at that point, did you believe her?
Kind of did, and I kind of didn't.
Did you happen to hear Tiffany make a statement to your mom about your daughter's hair?
I don't think I heard. No, I didn't. I think I got a phone call, but I didn't hear the statement.
Now, when you say a phone call,
It's like later after you talking about Mother's Day, right?
right?
Yeah, I had got it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the statement, but it was said to me when after I left. I got a phone call from my sister.
And was your sister very happy when she called you?
No.
Let's go back, starting in October the 24th of 2013. Did you work that day?
Yes, I did.
Did you work your first job?
Yes, both jobs.
When you got home from your first job, did you see Amani on that day?
On the 24th. Yes, I did.
Where was she?
She was in a bedroom.
They might kick me off YouTube if I go
Laid
full
out,
screen without my
deceased.
little bitty screen. So we'll see.
I wanna make sure, because in one of your prior statements, you said that on the 24th, that you found her in a bathtub. Does that help
Okay. I'm going back. I'm thinking about
Oh my God.
24th.
Right. On the 24th, was there an occasion where you came home and Amani was in a bathtub?
Yes. That was that day I went to work at the first job, which is KGB Logistic. I was having car trouble with the Chevy Trailblazer. I think it was a water hose or whatnot. And I kept
Worried about
running
the
hot,
water
so
hose.
coming home, I thought I had it fixed because I came out. They said your antifreeze is all on the ground, so I had to put water in there. I come home, then I'm trying to work on it, and then I go and drive it to Avery Express, and I get it start running hot as I pull into the driveway. And I went and talked to the manager. He said, if you can't get home, you go and fix it, and we just give you the day off. We got somebody to fill in. So I take the car back. I know I'm telling you, I take the car back.
Take your time.
I take the car back. It took me a while to get home because I had to keep stopping, getting water, because it kept running hot. It cut off, cool off. Finally get to the house, but I never went in. I just called and said, I'm down here trying to work on the car. I gotta fix it. If I can't fix it, I can't get to work. If I can't get to work, I can't provide.
Who did you call to say all that?
Tiffany, she was in the house.
So you didn't go to the house when you left your first job? You didn't go into the apartment?
Yeah, I did. I ran in. I didn't have no time to get a nap or anything. I just ran in, changed because I had to wear a different uniform. Couldn't wear the other clothes that I wear at the first job. I had to actually put on a uniform, so I put on a uniform, get in the car, try to run and make it to Avery, and I get there, and I wasn't able to stay because the car was messing up, and the manager told me to just go back to the house. I go back to the house, I'm trying to fix the water hole, I'm down there. I ended up staying down there until it got dark, and I want to say it had to be late. I want to say about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock.
So when you went back into your apartment, is that when you found Amani in the bathtub?
Yeah, I went in there. I know she was giving me pictures. She sent me a picture. She said she done feed the kids. Tiffany.
Tiffany. And in those pictures, she said that she had fed the kids.
Yeah, on the phone she said I had fed all the kids.
Yeah.
So I'm at that point when I'm coming out of the house, I think they all asleep. I come in. I go to the little laundry room, put my toolbox in. I go to the kitchen. She said something about a new dish that she made. Go to the refrigerator. I come out the kitchen and Tiffany tells me to come here. She said something wrong with Imani.
Oh, no.
I leave there. I go into the bathroom. She's in the tub, and she's shaking like she having a seizure.
So what did you do?
I didn't go with my first mind. I said we need to go take her to 911. I take her to the hospital.
Did Tiffany have anything to say about when you said that?
Said we can't.
Did she explain to you why you couldn't take your daughter to the hospital?
She was real, real thin.
Yeah, but did Tiffany tell you why you couldn't take your daughter to the hospital?
No, she didn't give me why.
Now, let's stop there and go back 4 or 5 days into October.
Dude,
At
this
some
is
point, did you
nuts.
come home and discover Amani had been burned?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
Matter of fact, I
this?
think I got a phone call at work. Said, or was it a text me? I think it was either one of them, but I got a phone call. I think I got a text too. That she had, she was cooking something with a pot and she spilled the water on her stomach.
That Amani was cooking?
Imani, yeah. Tiffany said Imani was cooking.
And that she spilled a pot.
Yeah.
Did Tiffany tell
I
you
got
what
an
was
answer
in
for
the
this
pot?
dude. It's right here.
No.
We could take care of.
So when you went
All
home, did you look at your daughter and
Yes.
what did you see?
Jeez.
She had a skull on the stomach, like a round little skull part on the stomach,
And
and on her.
did you say we ought to take her to the doctor?
Yeah, but we didn't. I didn't do it.
So on the 24th, you found her in the bathtub, and did it look to you like Amani was having a seizure?
Best of my knowledge, yes.
I know you're not a doctor,
Yeah.
but what did she look like?
She was shaking, like
Could she speak?
she was trying to say something. She wasn't speaking much. She was just,
Were her eyes moving at all?
they were going from left to right.
So
From left to right.
after Tiffany said we can't call the doctor, we can't take her to the hospital, what'd you do with her?
Oh God. Somebody told me I was gonna get pissed during this testimony. I could see it coming.
I mean, did you put her on the floor or
Holy sh!
where did you put her?
On a mattress, and on the floor.
Amon, did she ever get up out of that bed?
No, she didn't after the seizure thing. No, she didn't.
Did you go in and check on her in the days that followed?
Yes. I was trying excuse me, sorry. Yes, I did. And I was trying to feed her through feed her through a spoon with
What?
Okay.
What were you trying to feed her?
Infamil, like a liquid diet, but it wasn't working.
What do you mean it wasn't working?
It wasn't working.
Well, I mean, did she spit it back up, or did she not be able to swallow it, or did it spill on the bed? And when you say not working,
What I'm talking about her weight.
okay.
As far as, she would swallow, but it wasn't, as far as, what I'm saying, it was beyond repair.
At that time, was she able to get up?
It was
herself and go
beyond
to the bathroom?
repair.
Yes, sir.
Was she going to the bathroom in the bed?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Did you ever see any sores or anything like that on her?
Like dead sores or just sores?
Just sores around her bottom, or sores from laying in the bed, anything like that?
She had
Fucking
far as
tortured this girl.
where she got scarred at, it was healing around her stomach. Far as the scab.
Could
We can
talk
only
to you
hope.
At that point?
We can only hope.
Um,
We can only hope.
Would you agree that she was in pretty bad shape at that time?
God.
She was in a bad state.
Amon, did you take her to the doctor then?
I did not take her to the doctor, sir.
Why not?
I really can't explain it. I was trying to fix something. Like I said, I'm not God, but I'm trying to fix something irreversible or beyond repair. What I should have did.
No, go ahead. Finish your sentence. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Well, what I should have did was when the incident happened, to call 911, and when I didn't, I put myself in a bad bind, sir.
What was Tiffany telling you about what you needed to do at that point?
She was saying that we can't call 911, we can't do that. We got to hide the body.
Well, why did she tell you that we can't call 911? I mean, you're this child's father.
Cause she said, I'm on probation, I don't want to go to jail.
Did she say anything about losing your other children?
Yes.
I know, Cindy Lulu.
I want to go now. So from the 24th, you put Imani in bed.
Yeah.
On the 28th of October of 2013, did Tiffany notify you somehow that Imani had died?
Yeah, she called me at work.
Was that the? Do you remember? Was it the 28th or the 29th?
That they trying to judge a week.
Think about it in terms of,
okay,
was it
fine.
1 or 2? Was it?
This
2 or
just
3
happened
days
last
before
week.
Halloween?
But this happened 6 years
Might have been
ago.
the day
But this
before
trial only
Halloween,
happened
but
last
not
week.
Halloween, I'm trying to think before Halloween.
And how did you get the notification that Imani had died?
It was on a Tuesday. I know which one. It was through a phone call.
Right? Where were you when you got the phone call?
I was at work.
And did you actually speak to Tiffany, or did you just get a text?
I think I talked to her on the phone.
And what did she tell you?
She said she's gone. She didn't say too much. She said she's gone. So when I came home,
Wait a minute. When you came home, did you leave work?
I did not leave work. I couldn't leave work. I left work after I got off. I tried to leave early, but she didn't let me get a half day. So I actually left work on the regular time.
At 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
And what did you do when you got home?
This is
at this
nonsense.
point, I'm devastated. I'm really messed up.
Oh,
Honestly.
I'm glad he's serving life in
From
prison.
that time, I usually take a nap. I was in the room with a Imani body until about time to go to work to Avery.
All right, let me ask you, did you do anything to confirm that she had died?
She was dead.
How could you tell?
I've been in a lot of funerals, and I can tell, she was cold. Her essence went there. Her eyes, she was gone.
Where was Tiffany when you came in the house?
When I walked in, the other two kids, when Tristan was running around playing, he came in. I'm really messed up at the time. He said, "Daddy, Daddy." I walked past him, Emma in the pack and play, and she was watching TV.
Did you have any conversation with her when you walked by her watching TV?
No, not at that moment.
And after you went into the room and saw that Imani was dead, did you go out and talk to Tiffany?
He thought this was going to be fun and games, getting out of prison to come do this.
That was after.
And now he's,
I came from in there. Yeah.
He's
What-
getting.
what y'all talking about?
He realizes
Talking about concealing her death, making it like since she had a history of running away, make it seem like she ran away.
But Imani, let me ask
Okay.
you, when you discovered your daughter dead, what did you want?
open minds. I don't think she's scribbling. I think
No.
I think he's answering. Maybe is
What
she got pinned?
Tiffany
No.
want?
See, look, she don't
I
have
wanted
one.
to hide it.
She don't have one over there. Oh, does she? Oh, she does have a scribbler.
There's a question that has
She
to
is
be
scribbling.
asked.
Scribble,
Why did you agree
scribble,
to that?
scribble, scribble.
I was trying to, it don't make any sense. I guess out of love, I was trying to fix the problem that I couldn't fix. I was trying to save her, but I couldn't save her. I couldn't save my daughter. I can't explain
Were you afraid of losing your other kid?
it. That too.
Yeah, he knows he's
Tiffany came
serious
up with
shit
a
right
plan that you had
now.
to hide the
Thought it was
body.
all fun and games earlier.
Did you go to work
but,
to do your second job that
It's
day?
for sure the
Yes, I
real
did.
deal.
And when you got off the work of the second
Oh
the
my
second
goodness. This
job, what did you
dude
do?
At the second job,
scribbling
at
away.
Avery, I went back home, and you probably can ask the manager. I was out of it. As far as sleep, I just went myself.
I know at that point you feel like that, Cindy.
You talking about the
Like
day
at,
that we,
you already know your ass is in trouble. Take it. They could have saved.
What did you do after you went?
They could have saved her when he's hand feeding her.
went to work.
She might have had some issues, but modern medicine could have done something.
Incident. And I almost ran the forklift off it's an open dock. I almost ran it off the dock. And go ahead.
When you got home, but what I want to focus on is
Okay.
when you got home from your job. I understand you were upset, but when you got home from your job, let me ask you, was Imani still in the bed? When you got home.
No, she was laying on a blanket on the floor you were talking about when I came home from my first job, right?
Well,
And I went in
you
the
didn't
room.
tell me. So
Okay.
when you came home from your first job, I think you earlier testified that you went in and checked on her. I don't think I asked you where she was.
Okay.
Where was she?
She was on the floor on a blanket. And you asked me how did I know she was dead? I was saying she was cold. And then no movement in her eyes. She was lifeless.
Right. So when you got home from your second job, where was Imani then? She
actually was still in the room on the blanket that the door was closed.
And where was Tiffany?
When I came home for the night, she was in the bed in the back room sleep, and the other kids were sleeping in their room. When I came home
And don't
from
be
the
giving away.
night
Don't be
job.
trying to come in here.
So that
Spoiler
night-
alert, Miss Aaron.
Did you move Imani
Putting
from the
you
floor
on
to the
time
bedroom?
out.
Or did you just leave her there?
Well, that night I actually left. I left her in there for, I think, one more day. Then I moved to the little computer, and the way the apartment is set up, it's a computer room.
Was that the next day?
Yes, sir.
So when you got home and saw her on the floor and Tiffany was asleep in the bed, did you go to bed that night?
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if I stated this. When I came home late, see, I wasn't sleeping in the room with Tiffany, so I usually sleep on the couch or maybe a pile on the floor in the living room during that time. So, you know, I went in the room that night. I was in there for a while again with the money, and then I stepped out. I laid down, lay down my normal thing I do at nighttime on the couch, and got up and did the normal routine of going to work.
So you went to work the day after you found your daughter dead, and you went to the first job.
Yes.
And did you come home that day from your first job?
Yes.
And was Amani still in her room when you got home that afternoon?
Yes, until I moved.
Okay, so tell me what you did with her when you got home from your first job the day after she had died.
I moved her to the computer room.
Did you?
Wrapped up in the blanket.
Wrapped her up in the blanket.
Yeah.
This dude.
And did you go to your second job that day?
Yes, sir.
What the?
When you got home from your second job on the day after your daughter died,
Fuck.
it was, what, 1 or 2 in the morning?
Yes, sir.
What did you do that evening or that morning?
Look at all them people.
Talking about Friday, Friday evening.
Court. That's a small
Let's not worry
courtroom.
about days or
Okay.
dates too much. Let's just sort of work it one day at a time.
Okay.
So it's the day after your daughter died. You said you went to work,
Yes, sir. I went to both jobs.
and that during that time is when you moved her into the computer room.
Yes, sir.
And then you went to your second job.
Yes, sir.
What did you do after you got home from your second job?
Every time I got from the second job, I'd go back in where I moved in
this
the
dude
computer
in
room, and I'd go in there, and I would go in there with the body.
And what were you doing?
I was in there grieving.
During that day, did you have any conversations with Tiffany about what y'all needed to do? I mean, you got a dead body of a child in your apartment. I mean, what are y'all gonna do?
That happened the day of, the day of, when you said, we can't do this, we gotta hide it. We gotta hide it, be on some criminal mind type stuff.
Did Tiffany like to watch real court TV shows and crime shows?
Crime shows.
Y'all hear that?
And so she actually said to you that we have to
Y'all hear
be on
that?
our criminal mind.
Yes.
Yo, push y'all's criminal
We're back
mind
the
on.
day after Amani
Crazy.
died. You came home
Probably
from
in
your
this
second
YouTube
job, you
right now,
spent
some
time with
crazies.
her in the computer room. Did you sleep that night?
Not really.
And did you get up the next morning
And go back to work.
and go back to work?
Yes, I did.
And you worked a regular shift?
Yes, I did.
No, he got a plea deal.
So
He's a witness right
by this
now.
time, we're somewhere
Miles
around
per hour. He's a witness. This is a
October
witness.
October the 30th.
Yeah.
When did
He got life in prison.
During that period of time,
So it's kind of like his testimony.
was Tiffany asking you about what are we going to do with his body?
He wanted to, get rid of, bury it.
Right? So on October the 30th, did you did you go to your second job?
Yes, I did.
And after you left your second job, did you go to a Walmart?
Yes, I did.
What did you buy at the Walmart?
About, best of my recollection, I bought a bag of Choco, 10 trash can, box of lawn, garbage bag. I think lawn garbage bag.
This
About
dude.
what time of the day or night was that? Do you
This
remember?
was late at night.
Gonna take his
'cause
baby
I think
out with
Walmart
the
was 24
trash.
hours. I can't remember the time. I know it was late at night.
It's late at night, and you're at a Walmart, and you buy a trash can, and you buy a
I don't understand why they're
lawn
letting us
bags,
hear
and you buy
this.
charcoal.
This is
briquettes.
crazy.
Yes.
Why'd you buy those?
To try to call myself trying to cremate the body, and you can't cremate the body. I didn't know that then.
Whose idea was it to cremate the body?
Oh my God.
I think it was. I think she just wanted to bury the body, and I didn't want to bury the body. So I guess it was my idea to try to cremate.
Oh my God.
Hang on one second.
Okay.
Oh God. Some craziness.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Craziness.
Mr. Moss, I'm going to show you some items that have been previously marked. First,
If you haven't heard me
states
talk
exhibit
about this,
number
there's a
4.
reason why you can't cremate
You
the
look
body.
at that and
There's a
identify
reason why it takes
more
professional
closely identify
cremators
the person that appears.
a whole day to burn a body.
Is that a photograph that contains your image?
We're the closest thing to God
I'd
there
also like to
is.
show you states exhibit
on the
number
planet.
5. Can you look at that and tell
And our bodies house this consciousness,
that's in that photograph?
and it was built to last.
States exhibit
It
number
doesn't
6.
burn like firewood. It doesn't burn like steel. I mean, to cremate the body takes professional equipment.
That's me.
And then, even when they use the professional equipment, they take all the bones
Is a photograph.
and the
You
ashes,
describe that and the person that's in it.
and they put it in a blender, and they blend it down.
And finally, states exhibit number 8.
So you can't just cremate to
Take a
ashes.
look at that and tell us who that person is.
They're putting in some pictures. They're probably going to show these pictures.
How do you know it's you? How do you recognize yourself in this?
I see the hat, and that's my face. I had a jacket like that. I think it's an Echo.
I'm going to show these to
Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they made mistakes. But it's just one of those things where there's a reason why we house the consciousness in which we have. There's a reason why we figured out things beyond the apes. Now, we've created a society where Darwinism cannot weed out the weak or the stupid or the ignorant or the merciless. We protect them. We literally protected these people. The system could have taken this over long ago. The cops had an opportunity to arrest him, arrest her, take those children and put them in a loving home. The government snatched them away from a loving, caring preschool teacher, grandmother, and put them back in the home with this mom and this dude.
Your Honor, at this time we would tender states exhibit number 4, 5, 6.
The earth is going to swallow
7, and
us
8.
whole long before we get rid of
We
it.
intend to.
We're too
to
stupid.
tie up the chain of custody. These are identified as Walmart security photos, and we intend to bring in the original.
Patrick Frazee like Walmart
as
too.
part of a business record with one of our next witnesses, but we would move for preliminary admission so that I can go into the contents of it.
Walmart's got the best camera system of all grocery stores, murderers. You bunch of idiots.
And Your Honor, may I approach the witness again?
I wish I was drinking whiskey right now. This would be a lot more fun.
Well, I particularly want to show you State's Exhibit number 7. Can you describe what's in this to the jury, and then what are you doing there? Can you tell from that photograph?
Looking like at that moment, looked like probably lifting up the trash can. I guess it had a skew or a scan on the bottom of it, and I think I'm lifting it up so she can scan it.
So are you paying for the items at the Walmart? In other words, are you checking out?
Yeah, I'm checking out.
And do you have the lid to the trash can in your hand?
Yes,
And the actual can is in your other hand?
yes.
Showing pictures. Showing pictures for the jury. You could
other
have stopped
question.
now. You could stop now. Stop now. Let's have a
These
jury.
photographs is date stamped.
This is
You take a
nonsense.
look here in the middle and tell the jury what.
This is more like a pre-trial, but this is a trial.
30/2013.
No objections. No talks. No
So
cross-examinations.
after you left the Walmart, where did you go?
I went to the house.
Did you leave all these items in your Trailblazer?
I left.
There is
I
a
left the
special
trash
place.
And what did you do with the lawn bags and the charcoal briquettes?
The line bag.
This is why I like to
To
remember.
the apartment. I left the charcoal back there.
This is
also.
why I like to remember
And the
there
bag
is a
of, I think it
hell
was a lighter,
in the afterlife for people that do this stuff to children.
So you took the trash bags inside the house.
Yes, I did.
This
What did you do?
dumb mother.
I took them up. At that time, I took
pray.
it up, and I had to get Imani's body.
Hell.
Where was her body at that time?
I think I'm jumping. Actually, I'm thinking I'm jumping from the days of that because I didn't do that until that Friday from that day.
Y'all go watch this on another channel if y'all don't like my
Yeah, I didn't
commentary,
put the body
because
in the trash bag until
dude
that
barely-
Friday.
he
morning.
barely gets
Okay.
to
I'm
be
jumping ahead.
heard.
I just.
All right, I want to try and stay on date
Okay.
today if we can.
Okay.
So that was the day before Halloween.
Yes.
You brought the trash bags into the house.
Yes.
And did you go to bed that day?
A little bit, but I didn't get much
This
sleep.
dude.
All right. And did you get up on Halloween day
Mm-hmm.
and go to work?
Yes, I did.
Did you see Imani before you left?
I always go in that room. Every time I came back, I'd go in that room by myself. Everybody be asleep.
Where was Tiffany during all this time?
Just doing the normal routine, cooking for the kids, watching TV.
Just slept.
During that time, was she talking to you about what you all needed to do about this?
I think during that time she was during the day. She was Imani was doing the homeschool thing. I don't know if I said anything about that, but the homeschool thing, Connect Academy.
Right.
She would do her schoolwork and make it seem like Imani was, doing the schoolwork.
Frozen on me. We'll see what happens.
At any point, are you aware of whether or not she sent messages to Imani's teacher?
I'm not aware of if she did or not.
She's ludicrous.
Do you know if the two little ones trick-or-treated on Halloween?
Yes, they did. Matter of fact, I got a picture of them two dressed up.
Do you know who took them trick-or-treating?
I think she went with her sister. That's in my knowledge. I think she went with her sister.
And where were you when you got the picture?
I was at work.
All right, so Halloween night,
in jail.
come home.
So the
on your
question
second
is,
job.
he got
what
booked
do you do
life. She got death. They gave her the
I
death
do the same thing that I have been doing
Golly.
since that Monday, since that Tuesday. I mean, that same thing, going in there and going in the room. And she pushed me to get rid of the body. I'm stalling because I'm not doing it. I went to Walmart buying a thing, but I didn't go through. I didn't go through it on that day.
That crashed my
Why not?
didn't really want to do it.
So on Friday, after the day after Halloween, is that the day you finally decided something had to be done?
Yeah.
So was it in the morning or afternoon?
It was actually, it was morning, but it was late. I'm gonna say like late at night, type like 11 or 12 o'clock.
On the day after Halloween?
Yeah.
But weren't you at work on that day?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have
Nothing's
gotten home from work
responding.
at 11 o'clock, would you?
Nah, I
That's
think probably
brilliant.
12 or 1.
Brilliant when your
Like,
computer's
like
not
1 or 2.
responding, but it's still playing.
And was Tiffany still awake then?
Yeah,
been
she was awake
hacked.
then.
So when you went into the house, what did you do?
On that day, I was trying to get rid of the body. I go to the computer room. She come in to help me. Then I get the body, take it back into her
It's
room.
very odd.
Into
I'll tell you that much.
Imani's bedroom. Take the body to Imani's bedroom.
Craziness.
I am wrapped the blanket that she's wrapped in. Take her body out.
Hang on a second, Mike.
Okay.
Forgot one step.
Okay.
I know, right? I'm sorry,
You ever put
Tabitha.
duct tape on?
My computer's
I was about to get to that.
all
From that
froze
day, I was,
behind me.
laying it out from unwrapping.
So you put a blanket
It's still
over.
playing, so
Yeah. So she's
We'll
already in the
see.
blanket. So take her to the room and unwrap her out.
I
The
might have to
blanket.
come back with part
And,
2.
At that time, like I said, I'm not familiar with rigor mortis, but it done set in, and it was hard to bend the body, and that's where the duct tape came involved in.
The duct
And,
tape.
At that time,
This
Tiffany's in
mother-
there in the bedroom with me, helping me do this.
So when you don't have to be familiar with rigor mortis.
Okay.
Did you have to force her legs to fold?
Yes, sir.
And did you and Tiffany do that together?
Yes, sir.
Did you have to sort of force her arms down by her side?
Yes, sir.
This dude.
And did you and Tiffany do that together?
Yes, sir.
It seems like it would be difficult for one person to wrap duct tape around the little girl's body. How did that happen?
That is very difficult.
Did Tiffany help you with that?
Yes, she did.
It's very difficult. You're an expert at it?
Your daughter's been dead for 3 days now.
Jeez.
How difficult was it to get her folded up like that?
Very, very much difficult.
Were there sounds?
Kind of like, I guess, like cracking sound.
They broke her up.
Kind of sound. I don't know what to compare it to.
They broke her up and put her in
And-
the bag. Oh, mother.
After you got her duct taped together, what
They
happened
said
then?
y'all wanted to watch this
After that,
live.
she helps me, 'cause she's a lot more heavier than she was before. To put her in a lawn bag.
Where was the trash can at that point?
Trash can was in the vehicle, the trailblazer.
And
This freaking-
once you got Imani into the trash bag, what did you do then?
From that moment, I tied up the bag, the trash bag that she was in. And then I took another bag, and I think Tiffany took the blankets and stuff that she had and put them all in the other stuff.
Now, the blankets came from where?
The comforter, her comforter bed, her blanket that she was wrapped into.
But whose bed was it?
That was Imani.
Was that bed soiled? Was it? I mean, was there where she had gone to the bathroom in the bed?
Yes.
What did you do with the mattress?
I know Tiffany said she had cleaned the mattress.
So you packed one garbage bag with blankets and were there clothes in it?
Yes.
And so you have two of these trash bags, one of them with your daughter, What do you do then?
From that, then I take the trash bag and then the body, and I put her in the back of the Trailblazer.
And later on that night, did you leave the apartment complex and try and find a place?
Yes.
Who was with you while you were doing that?
My wife and my 2 other little kids.
So where did you go from the apartment with the body of your daughter in the
Right now, at that moment, I'm really out of it. I'm just driving. I go to a park, I think it's in Lawrenceville, Bethesda Park.
Whose idea was it to
That's
go to
crazy.
Bethesda Park?
Open minds.
I really didn't know. We were just driving. She said, we got to do better. I didn't know where to go. I'm just driving at the time.
Like
What's Tiffany
before I
telling you
seen
at
that
this time?
chat up on there, I was
Found the
like,
spot.
man, I think this is some demon
At any
shit.
point during this, are you
I wasn't
thinking
looking. I
about?
was looking
Did
here,
I
trying
need
to
to call
figure out my
police? I need
computer.
to
I
do
was thinking
something?
in my head,
Yes.
and then I turn around and you're like,
But you
they're
didn't.
demons.
Why?
Dude, I was thinking some
I felt
demon
like I was
shit
already
too.
messed up.
I was like, had to take my earplugs out for a second.
So did you end up
That's how
off of Satellite
crazy that
Boulevard?
is.
Yeah, that was before I got there. I ended up driving all the way to Stone Mountain. Just driving down back roads.
And what were you looking for?
I said I was looking for. I told her I was looking for a spot, but I really saw I didn't really want to do it. But I'm just saying that I'm stalling. I'm just driving, and we all the way in Stone Mountain. That's how I ended up on Satellite.
So tell me where, and your other 2 kids are in the car.
They're in the back seat.
So you end up off of Satellite, and where did you go there?
I know Satellite is real long. I ended up on the Swanee side of Satellite. It's I think a wildlife thing over there.
Well, you
And I ended up
know,
putting
right?
the vehicle in the wildlife
hear it,
and
don't
going
you?
up a little dirt road.
Cool.
It was a long trail. I ended up going into like a wooded area.
What'd you do then?
From that point, I cut the car off. The kids is in the back seat. She's in the passenger side. I get out the car, left the lights
There's
on.
a
cut the car
trampoline
off.
there, kids. Don't get worried. I didn't just throw the dog out.
I popped the trunk of the Trailblazer. I opened the thing. She get out the passenger side. I lifted the trash can out. I opened the bag. I opened the bag of charcoal and poured it in the tin can.
In the garbage.
The trash can, the tin can. And from that point, she helped me open the bag up where, with my body, wrapped up in duct tape. She helped me put her body in the tin can.
Did you put her head up or head down?
Head up.
Did you have to force her into it?
Kinda, yeah.
So
Not really forced. I just had to angle. I had to put her at an angle.
after you put Imani in that garbage can, what did you do then?
I sprinkled some lighter fluid on the body and on charcoal.
Then what?
And then I took the charcoal and I lighted on fire and I dropped it in the tin can.
So did it start to burn?
It started to flame real big.
And so what were you doing at that point?
I was standing out, and I was standing. She was out there with me.
Did y'all
Watching.
say anything, or would you just stand and watch the fire?
As I did it, I couldn't. I really didn't. I turned back. I didn't watch it, and she said, "I can't watch this," and it just burning.
How long did you let it burn?
Not that long. I want to say I let it burn for about maybe 5 minutes, and I put it out.
Why?
because it wasn't working in the way I thought it was supposed to work.
What did you think was going to happen?
I know it sounds ridiculous, you know, I'm thinking it's like cremation. I don't know anything about that.
So you thought that you were going to reduce your daughter to ashes
Yeah.
in that trash can,
It didn't work like that.
right? So you put the fire out. How'd you put the fire out?
I smothered it. I took the tin can and, you know, it smothered the fire.
Right. So at this point, the can must be hot, right?
It's very hot.
And did y'all wait for it to cool?
Yeah.
So how long were you there until it cooled off?
I want to say probably 15, maybe 30 minutes. I took I had some old shirts back there in the truck. I took them to, you know, to lift it up and put it in there inside the back seat of the not the Tahoe, but Chevy Trailblazer.
During this time, did Tiffany help you carry the can around? Either out to where you set the fire or back?
She helped me carry the body and put it in the thing.
Right. Did you see whether she ever touched the can?
No, I never seen if she touched the can or not.
So you put the body of your daughter back in the Trailblazer, and where did y'all go?
I put it back in the car. At this point, it's probably 4 o'clock in the morning. It's about the time I'm about to go to work for the first shift job. So I took it back. She wanted me to bury it. I couldn't do it. So I put it back in the thing.
Back in the thing.
Back into the car.
Okay.
Truck, I mean.
So she wanted you to bury it right there where you were, and you put it back in the truck. And where did you go from there?
From there, I had a body in the thing. I took her back home with the kids that was in the back sleep. Took her back to the apartment. From there, I'm not sleeping. I didn't sleep all night. It's about 4 o'clock now. I get ready to go to the first shift job.
By get ready, what do you mean?
I mean get dressed, get ready to go to the first shift job. I go. Right now, I'm all over the place. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm out of it. So I take anybody that's in the truck and take it with me to work at the first shift job.
This dude.
So you parked in a parking lot with the body of your daughter in the back of your car.
Yes,
Oh my God.
I was out of it, sir.
And when you went to work, did you finish that shift?
Yes, I did.
So when you left work that day, where did you go from there?
I went to the second shift job, and before I got to the second shift job, when I went to the first shift job.
This guy's crazy.
I almost my supervisor, her name is Creola Graham. She had pulled me to the side that day, and I almost told them that, you know, what had happened. Because she said, something wrong with this.
What happened?
What's up with you? She had pulled me
What
to the side.
happened was,
and that time I almost, you know, said what happened at that moment, but I didn't. So I go back to the house. I still got the thing.
Well,
Okay.
when you got back to the house after this night-long trip, where was Tiffany?
She was at the house.
Did she seem upset? Was she just doing normal stuff?
Doing normal stuff.
Was she watching television?
Yeah.
So you start to get ready to go to
Go to
work.
the second job.
And what happened then?
Well, I go to the second job. I'm really out of it. I hit one of the co-workers on the forklift. You know, I just bumped. Well, I hit him. I bumped into him because right now at that time I'm really out of it.
I just bumped into a forklift driver.
Grieving and messed up. So at Avery, this is Avery. Ended up calling Rudy. And I was like, I'm about to get off. It was like, I think it was at the time I actually got off a little early. It was like, well, it was almost not really early, about 12:50, something, almost 1 o'clock.
I'm probably gonna have to take a break after this one because this one's just about to throw me off.
Is that near your apartment?
Nuts.
No, it's actually near the Averett. It was a QT off, I can't remember the road. Riverside Park. I think that's the name of the road, Riverside Park.
Okay. I believe you.
Okay.
So you
I was.
met Rudy at the Quick Trip.
And because, like I said, everything that I just explained and went through, now it's eating me at the core. So I called Rudy, and he like, you sound weird. What you talking about? I just need somebody to talk to. He meet me at the QT.
I think we're getting to the end of this video.
He get in the car.
Let me double check, but I think so.
Like I said, I'm out of it. I just go and tell him I got Imani, she's dead, she's in the back seat, and he's like, wait, get me out this car. He made me stop the vehicle because I was riding around in the parking lot near the QT. I think it's a Kroger's or whatnot.
Okay. Mr. Moss, hang on a second. We can't talk about what Rudy told you, but I want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to need to find a spot for a morning break here pretty soon. Let me know when there's a good transition.
I need a break.
Yes, sir. I'll be done in just 10 questions. I know lawyers tell you that all the time, but I promise 10. Did you tell your best friend Rudy, your cousin, did you tell him what had happened with Imani, all this that you had just described to the jury?
Yeah, I didn't go in full detail. I just told him that she's dead and I did something stupid.
And what did Rudy tell you to do?
Call 911.
And did you call 911 right there from the Quick Trip?
Yes, I left and got to my house and called 911.
And
before
okay, go ahead. Before
I called 911, I went back to the house. Telling Tiffany, I like, man, this ain't right. We gotta call 911. And she was like, no. I like, we gotta call 911.
So, what did she do? When you told her you're calling 911, what did she do?
She get the kids ready, she get them dressed, she get dressed, she get in the car. I think she got the trash can because the trash can wasn't in the car anymore. And she got in the car and she drove off to her mother's house. At the time, I thought called 911.
And what, you called 911 at that point?
Yes.
And then the police arrived?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Moss, will you have any cross-examination questions?
No questions.
All right. Sir,
So she let that roll out. Let that roll out. So they're going to roll into a break. We are not going to break. I was just kidding. I'm going straight into part number 2 of day 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our mid-morning break at this point in time. Please remember the instructions I've given you previously. Do not discuss the case with anyone. Do not allow anyone else to discuss the case with you or in your presence or hearing. Do not even discuss
about an hour long.
Do not
Hang on. We're going to just roll through it. So we're going straight
into it. Do not look at
it.
any news media coverage that might exist with respect to the case. We'll take a 10-minute break. You can go out with our bailiff.
Look at that.
If you'll give me
One
just
break.
just 1 second.
Okay.
Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
You can put your hand down. If you would pull up to the microphones a little bit and speak up so the jury can hear you. All right. Could you state your name, please?
My name is Ashley Finney.
And could you spell your last name for the record?
Last name Finney, Finney.
And what is your current employment?
I am a crime scene investigations supervisor at Gwinnett County Police Department.
All right. Could you tell the jury a little bit about the training that is required to become a crime scene investigator?
The training that we have,
Yeah,
I
it's
have
gonna
a
stay
Bachelor
up.
of Science
Open
degree in
minds.
forensic
It's
biology.
staying up.
When I was hired with Gwinnett, we have an on-the-job field training program where you're paired with a senior crime scene specialist and you learn how to respond to crime scenes and what your role is.
Oh, crap. If I don't just jack things up like that. Damn, that was my fault, kids. Oh, well. You'll get over it. Or you won't. I'm so sorry. So sorry. So sorry.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
You can put your hand down. If you would pull up to the microphones a little bit and speak up so the jury can hear you. All right. Could you state your name, please?
My name is Ashley Finney.
And could you spell your last name for the record?
Last name Finney, Finney.
And what is your current employment?
I am a crime scene investigation supervisor at Gwinnett County Police Department.
All right. Could you tell the jury a little bit about the training that is required to become a crime scene investigator?
The training that we have, I have a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic biology. When I was hired with Gwinnett, we have an on-the-job field training program where you're paired with a senior crime scene specialist and you learn how to respond to crime scenes and what your role is. There's also several classes that we are required to take by the state of Georgia to become certified as a crime scene technician for the state. And then I personally am also certified by the International Association for Identification as a crime scene analyst.
And I assume you've also completed the state mandated course?
Yes, I have.
How long have you worked for the Gwinnett County Police Department?
I have worked for Gwinnett County for about 8.5 years.
Prior to that, did you have any experience working as a crime scene investigator?
No, I did not.
Did you do any internships while you were in college?
In college, I just took the classes required, no internships.
And as a supervisor, what are your responsibilities at a crime scene once you've been called out and have responded?
As a supervisor for crime scenes, my job is to kind of oversee the operations at the crime scene. I'm a liaison between the crime scene specialist who's lead on the case and the detectives and officers that we work with on a daily basis. My job is to make sure that we leave no stone left unturned. We need to make sure that the processing that we do is thorough, the documentation that we do is thorough, and make sure we get it all done while we're out there.
If you could you explain to the jury, you mentioned the liaison between the investigators and the crime scene investigators. Tell the jury a little bit about how that works and what is the value of it.
When we are out at a crime scene, we almost always are not there by ourselves. We are with officers and detectives in varying roles, whether they're homicide detectives, robbery detectives, burglary detectives. So they have information that they will pass on to us as crime scene specialists, and then we will find things out from what the scene is telling us that we will pass on to those detectives. So we work in tandem. It's a relationship that has to be, you have to communicate very well and keep each other updated on your findings, as well as the detectives keeping us on their findings.
And do the detectives' findings affect the way that you process a scene or look for particular items of evidence?
Yes, sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes we know the things that we need to do and we're going to do them. But if the detective were to find something out from an interview or just from talking to whoever and they pass it on to us, it could affect the way that we process, as far as maybe we would choose not to do something because there would not be an evidentiary need to do that thing. Or they might tell us something that we say, okay, now we need to do this extra thing that is normally not typical, but in this instance, we would receive information and do more.
So would an example be that if an officer told you that a person shot in a certain direction, that might allow you to look for the projectile or the shell casing in another place rather than maybe where you first responded?
Correct, yes.
I'd like to call your attention to Saturday, November the 2nd, in the early morning hours of 2013. Were you, as the acting supervisor and other crime scene technicians, called out to a scene at 1131 Veranda Chase Drive in Lawrenceville?
Yes, I was the lead crime scene specialist on this case, and then with me, an acting CSI supervisor responded, as well as a backup specialist to assist me.
Okay, so this was prior to you being a supervisor?
Correct.
Tell the jury about the call-out process and what it
Like
takes
baby screaming my name?
to
They always
get up out of bed
scream
and
that.
get to the scene and what you feel like you need to take with
Somebody
you
said
and the
they came over
equipment
from
that's
Jay. This is the
available.
first time in here. Cool.
On the weekends,
This
for
is my
Gwinnett crime
first,
scene,
like,
we are on call,
sorta,
meaning that if
like,
there
watch
is a
and
crime
view
scene call out that we are
viewing
requested to respond
as
to, we
well.
are responding from our house. So
This would be the first time I've done something like this.
We are dispatched by our radio personnel. They inform us of the type of scene that we're
It's,
responding to, and then what happens
it's
after that
crazy
is
on this one 'cause it happened so
after I
quick.
get ready at my house and I have my uniform and all that, I go to Gwinnett Police Headquarters. That's where we keep our vehicles, and we
So,
load
there you go.
into the truck to take with us to the scene.
She's taking
We
our
keep the
crime
equipment
scene
inside. A lot
truck.
of it is temperature sensitive, so that's why we keep it at headquarters in our secure facility. So I respond to headquarters, load up my gear, load up all the equipment that I may or may not need, and then from there respond to the scene.
Is that various equipment based on what you've been told when you received the notification?
We
Or is there a standard loadout?
we load everything all the time. You never know what you're gonna get. We load everything all the time.
So assuming you did all that, about what time do you think you arrived at the scene? Do you recall?
See how I
believe it was
planned
around
that?
7
Just
o'clock
cops
in the
just
morning,
now
7
get to
a.m.
the scene.
So tell the jury what's the
just
first
now
thing
sat
you
back
do
down.
as you arrive at the scene.
My
When
wife
we
got back
arrive
from
on
hiking.
scene,
Food's in the
we
oven.
typically find an officer, either a first responder, someone who was there when the call out was first made, or we find a detective and we meet with them, touch base with them, and we receive an initial type of briefing information from whoever the officer is that we meet with.
And in processing a crime scene, what is the first step?
The first thing that we do after that initial briefing is we do a preliminary walkthrough of the scene where we walk around and make our observations. We aren't touching anything. We're just simply looking at things, making any kind of necessary notes to remind ourselves, okay, this is something that I'm observing. I need to pay attention to this, come back and document this later. And in the walkthrough, that's kind of what we're looking for, any possible evidence, anything that looks out of place.
Right. And did you do that at this particular scene?
Yes, I did.
Would you characterize this as a large scene, or was it typically a small scene, or were there multiple scenes?
This was multiple scenes. I divided it as a primary.
Yeah, if you're just joining up, might as well take this time to take this boring talk that this policeman is talking about. I'm just messing. We've been going over this Tiffany Moss case all day. This is day 2 of part 2 of a long freaking trial. It lasted like all of 4 days. There were 0 objections. You know what? This is more like, hey, I'm guilty, but can we tell the whole world how guilty I am? And you know what? I won't even deny any of it. You know what I think? Either 2 things are going on. One, this lady has seen too many Chris Watts, or she wants to be famous, or I don't know.
Grassy median, and it's looking towards apartment buildings. And in the grassy median, you can see 2 black trash bags, as well as a metal trash can with its lid slightly
This is where you
askew.
find out what the demons did.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 27, and can you identify that? Describe it to the jury.
This is an opposing angle from the first photograph that I described. Now I'm looking away from those apartment buildings. I'm getting closer to the black trash bags as well as the metal trash can.
All right. And tell the jury why you take these multiple perspectives of a crime scene.
For documentation, our main job as crime scene investigators is documentation. So when we're documenting a crime scene by way of photographs, we want to make sure we do all, we call them overall photos. So I'm going to take overall photos showing the scene from every single angle, from every single viewpoint, just to make sure that I'm capturing those surroundings that may or may not be important later. After I get done taking my overall photos, we take what's called medium photos. Those are gonna show, okay, now I'm focusing on something. I'm focusing on a potential type of evidence or possible evidence that's going to be important for this case. Our medium photographs are gonna show what we're zeroing in on. And then after the mediums, we take close-up photographs that are just that specific item of evidence. We're showing, okay, this is important, we're focusing on this thing, draw your attention to this thing.
So with that description, I'd like to show you State's Exhibit number 28 and 29. Is that, first of all, can you describe what's in those photographs and then answer the question, is that an example of what you just described to the jury?
28 and 29 are both close-up photographs of the two black trash bags that were in that grassy area. 28 is, I'm zeroing in on this, they are filling the frame, the black trash bags are what I'm focusing on. The next one, 29, I'm even closer. I'm showing, okay, one of them is slightly opened. Let's see what the contents are.
And eventually, did you remove and inventory and photograph the contents of those trash bags?
Yes, I did.
I want to use, I'm not going to go through every single photograph. I want to just give one more example of State's Exhibits number 36, 37, and 38. If you could look at those, describe what they contain, and then sort of describe the perspective of them.
36, 37, and 38 are all overall photographs. They are taken from a viewpoint of my secondary scene. My secondary scene being the apartment in which the victim lived. These photos in particular are taken from the balcony of that apartment, and they are looking out towards where those initial photographs of my primary scene were. They show the location of the trash can and black garbage bags in relation to the apartment that I was standing in.
You described the secondary crime scene. Let me get those back there, because we're going to make a huge mess here. You described a secondary crime scene. Can you tell the jury what that crime scene was and the process you went through in terms of documenting that crime scene?
Yes, the secondary crime scene was the apartment that the victim had lived in. It was a third floor, top level apartment in its building. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and it also had a small office area as well in it. So after the primary crime scene was documented, I moved on to that secondary crime scene. The first thing I did was start back at the beginning. I get my briefing information from the officers, and then I do a preliminary walkthrough. I walk through the apartment where I'm looking for something that may be out of place, something that may be potential evidence. I then go to get my camera and I start taking pictures. I have to document the crime scene as I find it.
Right. And in the course of that was a what we call crime scene video also prepared as part of that overall documentation.
Yes, a video was taken.
And was that done by someone else other than you, or did you do it?
Yes, it was done by our CSI acting supervisor that day.
All right. Now, I want to look at some of the photographs regarding the secondary crime scene, the interior of the apartment. If you could, I'm trying to group these for you. If you could take a look at State's Exhibit number 41 and tell me what that is. And what, first of all, is that a photograph that you took at the crime scene?
Yes, it is.
And do you recognize that photograph as the one that you took?
Yes, I do.
Is it an accurate representation of what you were taking the picture of?
Yes, it is.
Can you tell the jury what it contains?
This is a photograph of the inside of the pantry in the kitchen. In the photograph, you can see the top 2 shelves, and there's food items on both shelves.
For states, well, these are PS, marked PS as photographs.
Yeah, what they're doing here is they're showing that this lady had food in the house and starved this kid.
That photograph that you recognize.
Yes.
This is where death penalty shit comes in, because it's torture.
What is contained?
She tortured
Yes.
that little girl.
And can you describe to the jury what that photograph is?
That's how crazy
This
this
is
is.
also a picture of the inside of the pantry. I'm just moving down the shelves. So the first picture showed the top 2 shelves, and now I'm taking my camera and I'm moving down and documenting the remainder of the shelves.
Let me show you what has been marked as PS number 43. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take it?
Yes.
Is it an accurate depiction of what you were taking the picture of?
Yes.
Can you describe to the jury what that photograph is?
These are the opened cabinets in the kitchen. They are filled. This particular photograph has 3 shelves visible on them, and there's multiple food
gonna let her
items
finish.
inside, sitting on all the shelves in this photograph.
These people have some of the hardest
I'm going to
jobs.
show you PS number 44. First of all, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't starve her kid. She
I
starved
did.
this she tortured this little girl. And her dad was too stupid to know it.
Photograph contained.
This is a
Ignorant.
photograph of the inside of the refrigerator. You can see some of the door. Mostly it's just the interior main part of a refrigerator, and you can see both food and drink items inside.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as PS number.
This girl hadn't
45.
said one thing. Not one thing.
Recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that?
I
If
did.
you like, I understand.
Depict what you were photographing.
Yes.
This is going to be the weirdest case.
Contents of that photograph.
Yes, this is also the interior kind of main portion of a refrigerator. It's the bottom shelf, and within the photo there are glass containers, like leftover containers that you can imagine with lids on them with food inside, and then beside it is a pot that you would use to cook food on top of a stove.
And then finally, State's Exhibit number 46. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
I did.
Is it an accurate depiction of what you were photographing?
Yes.
And can you describe what that depicts or what that shows?
This is the refrigerator door contents, and the shelves that are visible in this photo all are filled with different type of condiments and food items.
Your Honor, given the number of photographs I anticipate going through, I'm going to try and do them in sections, show them to the defendant, and move for their admission in bunches rather than just one big pile of photographs, if that's okay with the court.
It is, yes, sir.
Thank you.
We actually have we have at least one follower that worked in a lot of different cases. We've done some interviews with her over some stuff, and we'll probably be doing some more stuff. She's now, I think, moving into the area, so it'll be pretty sweet. She was a mortician's assistant, and I think she's now going to go to work in the mortician business up here, which is going to be awesome. Maybe one day. But these people will definitely have a crazy job. So what he's doing is he's going over, he's talking to her, he's handing her the pictures, he's going to give her copies.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to admit what has been marked and identified as PS number 41, a photograph depicting the top shelves of the pantry in the apartment. PS number 42, which is the second and third shelves of the same pantry. PS number 43, which depicts a cabinet containing food items. A PS number 44, which depicts an open refrigerator with leftover and fresh food items. PS number 45, which is a depiction of the interior of a refrigerator containing cooking containers.
Look at her scribble.
Contain
Little
leftover
scribble
food.
scratch.
And PS number 46, which was described as the photograph of the interior door of the same refrigerator.
Any objection? No objection. PS 41 through 46 is each admitted without objection.
Yeah, she pled not guilty.
I want to stay within the
For sure pled not guilty.
secondary crime.
But she got the death penalty. We already know the outcome of this. Is what's crazy. The question will be, will they kill her?
Do you recognize that photograph?
And will they
Yes, I do.
televise it?
Did you take that?
Yes.
And is it an accurate representation of what you were photographed?
Yes.
And what
I know everybody wants to see her
These
scribble
are the
scratch.
cabinets that are underneath the kitchen sink, and they're opened, and the photograph is showing the overall view of what the contents are in those cabinets.
And State's Exhibit number 53, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Is that photograph, did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it an accurate representation of what you were photographing?
Yes.
And can you describe the contents of what that depicts?
This is another picture of the cabinets that are below the kitchen sink and the contents. In this photograph, I'm starting to remove the layers of what's in the sink in order to better photograph and see what all is in there. So in this photograph, you can see some of the plastic grocery bags have been removed, and then it's an overview of what is still under the sink.
Now, it's after they're removed, do you also go through the grocery bags or determine
Yes.
if they have anything in them?
Yes, I do.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes, I did.
And did you subsequently find in various bags throughout the house items of evidentiary value?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 54. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it depict?
Chris B, you're hilarious.
Yes.
Note to self,
And what
I'm
does that
screwed, Tiffany says.
This is a close-up photograph of a specific item under the kitchen sink in those cabinets. The photograph shows it's an empty box, and inside the box there is a roll of duct tape that is visible, as well as a grocery bag.
And then finally, State's Exhibit
Emily, we don't want to spoil it for you,
Yes,
but we're in the middle of this
55.
case right now. We've just been watching it all
Yes, I do.
And does that did you
all
take-
day.
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict
So,
what you were taking a picture
yeah,
of?
you're just joining in.
And
Thanks
can
for
you
joining.
Describe what that shows.
This is, I have now taken that box out of the cabinet in order to better see what's inside of it. So the box is now sitting on the kitchen floor, and this is a overview, kind of the camera is pointing down into the top of the box, and you can see a roll of duct tape and a plastic grocery bag inside.
The fact that nobody's objecting, they're pretty much rolling this thing however they want, say exactly what they want. It's crazy. It's turned into a will she get away with this in some crazy fantasy land of the courtroom? Will something
Your Honor, at this time,
happen?
the state would
You
move
know?
to admit what has been designated as PS 52, which is a photograph underneath a kitchen sink cabinet, as depicted in the photograph. We would move to admit PS number 53, which was described by the witness as that same cabinet with certain items removed. We would move to admit PS 54, which is a closer depiction of a cardboard box containing a roll of duct tape and a plastic bag. And then finally, PS number 55, which is a even closer view of the same box with the same trash can and the same roll of duct tape.
Any objection?
No objection.
PS 52 through 55 are each admitted without objection.
You also took overall photographs of the apartment, is that right?
Yes, I did.
All right, and I like that. And those are taken both with a still camera and with a video, is that right?
Yes, both.
All right. We're gonna do some shots of the interior of the apartment. First of all, can you look at what's been marked as PS number 47? Do
Yes,
you recognize that photograph?
I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict what at the apartment as it was?
Yes, it does.
And what does that angle of your photograph show?
This is showing when you first walked into the apartment through the front door, through the front entry door, you entered into a living room. This photograph is taken, you had just walked through the doorway and I stopped and I took this photo. So it shows part of the living room as well as the attached dining area and then a little bit of the kitchen.
I want to show you what's been marked as PS number 48, and do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict what you were photographing at the time?
Yes.
This dude is trying to get this stuff in.
Yes, there was a hallway off of the living room that led to bedrooms and a bathroom and closet. This is the first bedroom that I came to on the left, and it appeared to be a small child's bedroom.
It's crazy. So this lady is one of the coroners.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number
Somebody from the
49.
coroner's office
You recognize
to collect the bodies,
Yes.
does
collect
it
evidence.
accurately depict what you were photographing at the time?
Yes, it
Did
does.
you take the picture?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe to the jury what that photograph contained?
This is an overall photo of a baby's crib with the mattress and blanket inside.
All right, was that in a separate bedroom than the previously identified child's bed, or was it in the same? Do you recall?
It was in the same bedroom as the child's.
No, I'm not saying that she has something, anything to object to. It's just that it's just
Do you recognize it?
confusing.
Yes.
It's very confusing.
Yes.
And is that photo an accurate representation of the scene as you saw it?
Yes, it is.
And what does that show?
This is that same first bedroom, the children's bedroom, and this is a photograph with the closet doors open so you can see inside of the closet. There are a few clothes hanging on hangers inside the closet and some shelves.
And then finally, what's been marked as PS 51, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Does it accurately depict the scene as you were there?
Yes.
And what does that photograph contain?
This is the master bedroom. This bedroom was the last one that you came to when you were walking down the hallway. The photograph has the bed visible in it, and there was a baby's pack and play right beside it, as well as a small couch.
So I'm watching it on my YouTube channel, which is a delay, but I'm listening to what's being broadcast. And so it's the same picture you guys are seeing. We will not get this good of a coverage of the Kelsey Barrett case. Unfortunately, people have been asking me that today. It's just not going to happen. We are going to have poor coverage, very poor audio, unless they allow someone to come in and record
The
this.
state would move to admit.
So
Is it easier for the court reporter and for the court for me to just list the numbers and move to admit them, or should I describe each item as I tender it?
As you prefer, sir. Either way is acceptable.
Your Honor, in that case, the courtroom is getting warm, and this is not the most exciting part of a trial. I'll move to admit PS number 48,
So they're about to go through a bunch of pictures.
50,
And
51, and I also have PS number 47.
Any objection?
It would be 47 through 51.
she's just
There's no
letting this
objection.
evidence.
States
Just
PS 47
I want
for
all
Tiffany
the evidence.
Moss.
Do you understand that you could file for discovery and get all this evidence? Jay,
You focused
are you going to file for discovery in this case, or should we file
Yes.
for discovery? Get someone in Georgia to file for discovery in this case?
The focus in this bedroom was that I was advised that this was the victim, Amani's bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
So you take a number of pictures
All this is going to be in
of that
evidence.
area from different angles.
Yes,
All
I
of
did.
it.
And did you, again,
Craziness.
move from far to close in taking those photographs?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 56. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is that photograph an accurate representation of the scene as it was?
Yes.
Can you describe to the jury what was contained in that photograph?
This was a photograph taken from inside of the victim's bedroom. Visible in the photograph is a bed. There are no sheets on the bed. There's just a comforter that's laying on top of the bed along with a couple pillows, and the comforter is pulled back slightly.
All right, was the comforter pulled back as you see it?
Yes.
When you arrived?
Yes, it was.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 57. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it an accurate representation of the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes, it is.
Could you describe to the jury what's contained in that photograph?
This is another angle of that same bed. I moved a little bit to the left to get a different angle of the bed. You can still see the comforter. You can see some creases on the comforter as though it was just taken out of its packaging. And you can also see a small shelving unit with clothing inside.
Let me show you what's been marked as PS number 58. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it an accurate representation of the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes, it is.
And could you describe to the jury what's contained in that photograph?
This is an angle inside of the victim's bedroom. You can still see the bed in the photograph. You can still see the creases on the comforter that's laying on top of the bed. And you can also see the open closet doors and some of the items within the closet. There's clothes hanging from the line, and then there's also some personal items and games on top of the shelf.
Thank you. I'd like to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit number 55. Could you look at that? And first of all, did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
And is that an accurate representation of the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes.
And what does that depict?
This is a photograph taken from the doorway of the victim's bedroom. The camera is angled down towards the carpet of the bedroom, and on the carpet, it was largely covered in yellow and brown stains. When I opened the door to the bedroom, there was an overwhelming smell of urine from inside of the room. In this photo, along with the stained carpet, you can see the bed as well.
Mr. Porter, if I could interrupt, you described that as Exhibit 55. I believe that
I'm sorry,
has
it's
been used.
59, Your Honor, I apologize.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 60. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes.
And does it accurately depict the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes, it does.
Can you describe what that photograph depicts?
This photograph is from within the room. I'm now standing in the room and I'm angling the camera toward the bedroom door. I'm angling it down a little bit so you can see the carpet, where you can see both brown and yellow visible stains on the carpet.
Let me show you what's been marked as PS number 61. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes.
What does that photograph show?
This is a close-up photograph of the mattress. After I initially documented the bed with that comforter still on top of it, I then flipped the mattress to view what the underside of the mattress looked like. And this is a photograph of that underside of the mattress. And it has brown and yellow stains covering the majority of the mattress.
And I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 62. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict the scene as you saw it that day?
Yes.
Can you describe what that shows?
This is, the angle as I'm standing at the foot of the bed. This is also after I flipped the mattress to view what the underside looked like. So from the foot of the bed looking up at the bed, this photograph shows that the mattress was largely covered in brown and yellow stains as well as possible blood.
Could you detect any odor from the mattress?
Yes.
I want to make this clear while I'm showing these photographs to the defendant. Upon initial investigation or examination or observation, was the mattress side clean on the top?
Yes, under the comforter. When I took that comforter off, that side of the mattress was clean.
And then when you flipped it is when you saw the stain.
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move for admission of PS number 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and 60, 61, and 62.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Yes, 56 through 62 are each admitted without objection.
That's some craziness right there. Crazy.
After photographing
they're
these
admitting all the
items
sin.
from more or less a distance, did you, and in their context, did you begin to photograph individual items that you believed had evidentiary value?
Yes, I did.
Right? I'm going to begin to show you a series of pictures of individual items, if you can identify these. Now, were these photographs all taken at the scene, or did you remove items to be processed at the Gwinnett Police Headquarters?
I did both. I took some close-up individualized photographs at the crime scene, and then I also collected some items of evidence, and I photographed them back at the crime scene unit at headquarters.
Tell the jury about, I want to talk about how we maintain security of evidence. When you recover an item, not necessarily in this case, but in any case, pursuant to your training, when you recover an item of evidence and you transport it away from the scene, what are your protocols as far as maintaining the integrity of that piece of evidence?
As soon as the item is collected and put into an evidence bag on scene, that bag is sealed on scene. I then put it in our crime scene truck that I maintain the security of that truck. So if it's in the truck is locked. After the scene is finished, all of my evidence is inside, it's bagged, it's been sealed. I'm now transporting that back to headquarters. So I drive the truck back to headquarters, and I remove the items of evidence, and we have evidence lockers in our crime scene unit, and so the evidence is stored there for further processing.
All right, and do you do all the processing of the scene items that you remove, or is that up to other crime scene investigators?
Typically, the lead CSI is the one who ends up handling all the documentation and processing of all the evidence.
All right. And so when you after you lock the items in the evidence locker, do you go back at a later time for whatever processing is necessary?
Yes.
Are you responsible for maintaining the integrity of that item if you're the one who's processing?
Yes, I am.
Now, describe to the jury what maintaining the integrity means in terms of sealing and unsealing and documenting all that.
The integrity of the evidence is of the utmost importance. So when the seal is not to be broken unless it's the lead CSI and I'm about to do the processing that's necessary on the item. Our evidence lockers are locked. I am the one that holds the key to that locked locker. Our unit in and of itself is a secure unit. We have to let people in. There's no one that can freely walk around. When I remove the items of evidence from the locker to do my further documentation and processing, I am with that item of evidence at all times. If the bag has been opened and the evidence has been removed, I am there with it.
And then what happens after you've done your processing?
After all the processing is completely finished on an item of evidence, it gets put back into the bag, resealed, labeled, initialed, and then we have an evidence unit that's located in the same building that the crime scene unit is, which is headquarters. And so I take my evidence up the hall to the evidence room and I put it into a locked locker.
Thank you. As we go through these next items, there may be some that were at the scene, there may be some that you did at headquarters, and we sort of, if we could describe that. First of all, I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 63. Mm-hmm. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Did you take that?
Yes, I did.
And what does that photograph depict?
This is a photograph that I took on scene in the kitchen near those open cabinet doors under the kitchen sink. It shows a white Walmart bag, and inside of that Walmart bag there was a receipt, and this is a close-up photograph of the receipt.
And let me show you what's been marked as PS 64. Can you look at that? First of all, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it an accurate depiction of what it shows?
Yes.
And can you describe to me what's contained in that?
Yes, this is a close-up of the receipt, that same receipt from the Walmart bag in the previous photo. This is a close-up that I took on scene of that receipt, so you can view all of the words on it.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 65. Can you look at that, and do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately show what item of evidence it purports to show?
Yes.
And can you describe to the jury what that is?
This is a photograph that I took. It's a close-up photograph of another receipt. It was on the kitchen counter, like the bar top of the kitchen, and it's a receipt for Anna's linens.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 66. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes.
And is it an accurate representation of what you wanted to show in that photograph?
Yes, it is.
Can you describe what's contained in that photograph?
This is a medium photograph of that kitchen countertop, the bar top. Visible in the picture is a zippered sheet bag, and it has a set of full sheets inside. Also, underneath this sheet set, you can see a small white piece of paper, which is the Anna Linens receipt from the previous photograph. It was under that sheet set.
Stated, what's been marked as PS number 67, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict what you were taking a picture of?
Yeah, some
Yes,
people
it does.
really love this kind of stuff.
What's contained in
This is about the quickest courtroom
This
scene
is
you'll
another
ever go
photograph
through.
of the full fitted sheet, that zippered container with the sheets inside from the kitchen countertop. You can see the barcode
Very
and the
exciting.
SKU visible on the bag.
And then finally, or not finally, I've got several more, but what's been marked as PS number 68, you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict what you were showing on that day?
Yes.
And what is that photograph of? Or what is it contained?
This is another angle of that sheet set that was
What's up
sitting on the
for
countertop. It shows the
Florida?
brand name and the thread count.
It appears that you took a number of photos to show different information about that particular sheet set. Is that
Yes.
what you were doing?
Yes.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 69. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
And what does that photograph depict?
This is a photograph that I took back at our crime scene unit. This is a picture of the Walmart receipt from under the kitchen sink in the cabinet.
And it also appears to contain a Post-it note.
Yes.
And did you create that Post-it note?
Yes. When I'm photographing the evidence that I collect, I like to have some type of evidence marker beside it in my photographs that states what it is that I'm taking a picture of. So beside this picture of the receipt is a note with my handwriting on it that has the case number as well as what this is, which is a Walmart receipt from under the kitchen sink in the cabinet.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 70. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Again, what does that photograph depict?
This is a picture that I took at the crime scene unit of the Anna's linen.
I wonder if they'll
receipt.
use this stuff.
This
in,
picture has both the receipt as well as my label in it that states
if they'll use this stuff in
from the kitchen counter
class to talk to.
sheet package.
I'd like to show you what's
I do a little bit of everything. I do some podcasting.
one.
I podcast under some other stuff.
Yes, I do.
But I do a lot. This is the first time I've ever looked at this court stuff through another trial outside of Kelsey Barrett and Gypsy.
This photograph is it's a picture of the roll of duct tape with my label beside it saying that it's the roll of duct tape from under the kitchen sink in the cabinet.
And then finally, what's been marked as PS number 72. You recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it a accurate depiction of what you were taking a picture of?
Yes, it is.
Can you describe to the jury what that photograph depicts?
This is the same roll of duct tape from the previous photo. In the previous photo, it was laying flat on the countertop. In this photograph, I stood it up so it's on its roll. This was the roll of duct tape from under the kitchen sink in the cabinet.
You didn't see her? I was trying to talk during these dead times. That's the deal. I normally can't shut up. Today I've been trying to watch this thing and understand what the hell is going on. This girl is representing herself. She has said less than...
Now, at this time, the state would move for admission of exhibits marked 63, PS 63, PS 64, PS 65, PS 66, PS 67, PS 68, PS 69, PS 70, PS 71, and PS 72.
Any objections?
Nope. No objections.
PS
No objections.
63 through 72 are each admitted with
Let them all.
objection.
No objections. We'll just let this in. No objections. Oh.
During the time that you were at the apartment, did you also have the opportunity to look through plastic or trash bags that contain clothing?
Yes, I looked through bags within the apartment that had clothing inside, and then also the 2 black trash bags from the outside by that middle trash can. I looked through those not on scene, but back at the crime scene unit.
And I wanna focus on the bags from inside the apartment.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the trash bags outside.
Just hit all the videos on this YouTube channel. Go back and listen to the phone calls, the 3-hour phone calls, all that stuff.
Yes, I do.
Go back and watch the Kelsey Barrett case. You can watch it all from my cell phone because I live right here in Woodland Park,
Yes.
Colorado. You can join us from CrimeCon and you can come check out all the locations for yourself.
The photograph that I took back at the crime scene
And-
unit, the trash bags that I had collected, I wasn't able to.
So they're going through all the evidence right now. It's picture after picture, no objections. This woman, Tiffany Moss, has literally not said, just come right here, Captain of My Soul, name that podcast right here, KKK. Yeah, KK. Are you talking about KK? Or are you just saying KK? So, but yes, you can find all my videos right here, or if you get lucky, you might find some stuff over at the Woodland Park Underground. Right now, we're watching this Tiffany Moss case, which is crazy because she's representing herself. She hasn't objected to one witness. We've gone through day 1 and day 2 just today. That's how fast it's going. This dude's trying to get through these witnesses so fast, he's having to just say, hey, can I just abbreviate the name of these pictures? So,
Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take it?
Yes.
And does it accurately
crazy.
depict what it purports to show?
Yes, it does.
And what does it show?
This photograph was also taken during the time when I was determining if anything was wet and that needed dried. This is a photograph of a plastic Kroger bag with clothing items inside, as well as some type of black plastic. And you can see wet marks on the items and the bag showing that the items were wet.
Why do you have to find out whether something's wet?
If you put an item of evidence that's wet inside of an evidence unit, it will mold. When you think of just if you have a wet towel and you leave it kind of all crumpled up, it's going to get mold and mildew. And so we don't want to ruin or contaminate any possible evidence that might be on a wet item. So we have large drying cabinets that we can use to hang wet items in until they're fully dry. And then after they're fully dry, that's when we do our documentation and packaging and submission.
Does the drying process, if done correctly, affect later test results?
No, it does not.
So, for instance, you could still get DNA off a clothing item that had been dried.
Yes, yes.
Let me show you what's been marked PS number 75. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes.
Is it an accurate representation of one of the items in the trash bags?
Yes.
And can you describe what that shows?
This is a small blue washcloth.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 76. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
And does it accurately show what you were photographing?
Yes.
What does it show?
This is a close-up photograph that I took of another item.
This guy should have got a loop pedal, recorded. Did you take that photograph? Does it accurately show what the photograph is? Can you describe what's in this photograph?
The blanket is covered in various types of stains. There's brown stains, yellow stains, as well as what appears to be mold or mildew stains.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 77. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately represent the items that you found in the Kroger trash bag?
Yes.
What does that photograph show?
This photograph are the contents of one of those Kroger grocery bags from inside the trash bag. It's several blue latex kind of hospital gloves, as well as some tissue, used tissue.
I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 78. You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
Does it accurately depict one of the items out of the trash bags that has gone through the drying process?
Yes, it does.
And what does it show?
This is a photograph of a small child girl's tank top. It's green.
And then finally, I'd like to show you what's been marked as PS number 79. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And did you take that photograph?
I did.
Does it accurately depict an item after it's gone through the drying process that was found in the trash?
Yes.
And what does that show?
This is a pair of children's underwear. The photograph shows that there are stains covering the majority of the underwear.
Oh, I got good show ideas coming in right now.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move for admission of items that have been identified and marked as PS number 73, PS number 74, PS number 75, PS number 76, number 77, 78, and 79.
Any objection? PS 73 through 79 are each admitted without objection.
Your Honor, I have 1 minute to 12. I'm at the court's pleasure.
Is there a
Ooh, we're about to take a lunch right now.
This is as logical as I've got.
But I may take a break for just a little bit. I'm going to
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good
shut
time for us
this
to take our
out.
lunch break then. We'll be sending you out for lunch in exactly the same way as we did yesterday. Please remember.
So I'm about to take a break myself. I've been doing this for a minute. I actually have another show that I need to do, and about a totally different subject in a totally different manner. This has been a great time watching this trial. We are at lunch break on day 2. We'll probably pick this trial back up on Thursday or Friday. You can go watch it somewhere else. You can get all the scoop somewhere else. I probably will spend Thursday or Friday catching back up on this trial, but right now I'm going to take a break. I've got another show I'm going to probably start kicking off here in about maybe an hour or two, maybe an hour or two. Both my dogs just bombarded the studio. We are out. They're hitting the cameras. Thanks for watching. And this is going to end up this little watch party today.